In an age of chaos, humanity looked for a hero, a visionary. Instead, they got this. The world was spinning out of control. Tech moguls pushing the limits, rockets teetering on the edge of disaster, and a constant stream of market panic flooding our screens. It was a high-stakes, high-stress game. And frankly, everyone was losing. We needed a change. A real, fundamental shift in leadership. But where would this new leader come from? Not from the hallowed halls of an Ivy League school, nor from the bustling trading floors of Wall Street. No, our story begins far from the noise, deep in a serene jungle. A new candidate was quietly preparing for the role of a lifetime. The board of directors, desperate for a new direction, had found their answer. His name was Capy. While the world burned, he was floating, a single leaf adorning his head like a crown, as a monarch butterfly gently landed on his nose. He was the calm in the storm. He was the future. The hostile takeover wasn't hostile at all. Cappy simply waddled into the corporate headquarters. Ascend to it. The iconic logo on the wall magically morphed into a sleeping capybara. Employees, initially confused by the four-legged intruder, found their anxieties melting away. One by one, they knelt down, not in submission, but to offer a gentle pat. High up in his office, watching on a security monitor, the current CEO's jaw dropped. The age of chaos was over. The age of Capybara had begun. The first order of business. A one-on-one interview. The outgoing CEO, still reeling, peppered Cappy with a barrage of rapid-fire questions. Mars colonization, artificial intelligence, singularity, the future of humanity. Cappy listened intently, then calmly responded. He slowly pulled out a giant slice of watermelon and began to munch, staring blankly. The message was clear. His 10-year plan was simple. More snacks. The satisfied crunch of watermelon echoed through the silent boardroom, a sound of profound, undeniable logic. Next came the productivity revolution. The old way involved 100-hour work weeks and endless exhaustion. It was a recipe for burnout, but Cappy's way was different. He introduced mandatory office nap pods, 3-hour lunch breaks spent soaking up. Sun became company policy. Logically, this should have been a disaster. But strangely, miraculously, productivity graphs didn't just hold steady, they skyrocketed. It turned out a well-rested, happy employee is a productive employee. Who knew? The annual shareholder meeting was always a tense affair. A high-pressure presentation to grumpy investors. This year, Cappy took the stage. But there were no charts, no projections, no bold promises. Instead, he led the entire auditorium in a 5-minute guided meditation. As his calm, silent presence filled the room, the audience drifted into a peaceful slumber. Even the most hardened investors were soon snoring softly. In the front row, the former CEO himself was fast asleep, a look of pure tranquility on his face for the first time in years. But what about a real crisis? One day, the news flashed. Stock prices were plummeting. Panic erupted. The old guard would have called emergency meetings, worked through the night, and fueled the fire of anxiety. Cappy's approach was different. He calmly climbed onto the hood of a new Cybertruck, found a comfortable spot, and took a nap. The image went viral. The meme napping on the problem became a global sensation. It was a symbol of unshakable confidence. The stock price didn't just recover. It soared to new heights. With Earth's problem solved, only one challenge remained. Mars. A sleek rocket landed on the red planet's surface. The hatch opened. But it wasn't a human astronaut who emerged. It was Cappy. He waddled out, planted a flag adorned with a watermelon, and immediately sought out a Martian hot spring to relax in. As he floated peacefully under an alien sunset, he proved that the philosophy of chill was truly universal. Back on Earth, a humbled former CEO finally understood. He found Cappy relaxing in his office hot tub, a new standard feature, of course. With a sigh of relief, he took off his blazer and joined him. The tension melted from his face as he finally learned the most important lesson of all: how to just chill. He even offered Cappy a martini glass filled with kale, a gesture of peace. Cappy, naturally, ignored it, but the sentiment was appreciated. This was the dawn of a new world order. A world where factories had built-in gardens and board meetings were held in saunas. A world where the global economy was no longer measured in dollars, but in good vibes per capita. Cappy, the reluctant hero, was crowned with a wreath of fresh lettuce, the undisputed leader of this new peaceful era. So what's the lesson in all of this? Your productivity is not your worth. Your value isn't measured by how much you hustle. Sometimes the best thing you can do is take a breath, find your hot spring, and just float for a while. Thanks for watching. If you're ready for more chill, make sure to subscribe.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you'd like to support our chill vibes, please subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.